Showdown over vaccines and your health. Tomorrow, a CDC panel will debate recommendations for childhood immunizations. But Governor Maura Healey isn't waiting. As Brandon Truitt shows us tonight, she's taking the matter into her own hands for people in Massachusetts.
When that CDC panel meets on Thursday, they'll review recommendations for a number of vaccines, ranging from measles, chickenpox, COVID, and others. If the CDC stops recommending a vaccine, it directly impacts the price you pay for a shot. The governor trying to get ahead of any potential changes.
And we're not going to let Donald Trump or RFK Jr. stand between patients and the care that they need and want.
It was an extraordinary step, the state laying out its position on vaccines before the federal government has its say. Governor Maura Healey, along with the Commissioner of Public Health, expressing concern the Trump administration won't follow the science.
Because Donald Trump put a conspiracy theorist in charge of HHS, we are where we are.
The governor announcing what she calls new evidence-based recommendations for COVID vaccines, saying children 6 months to 2 years should get the shot, and all kids with medical conditions that make them higher risk. The state also recommends it for all adults, including pregnant women, and for those over 65, a shot every 6 months.
It does put at risk our children.
Earlier Wednesday, the former CDC director testifying in front of Congress. Susan Menares was fired by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. earlier this year, part of his overhaul to the agency that critics say is placing political appointees in positions typically held by scientists.
It puts at risk others who need these vaccines, and it takes us into a very dangerous place in public health.
Menares says she was fired because Kennedy wanted blanket approval for changes at the CDC, regardless of the science. Earlier this month, Kennedy testified otherwise.
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, "Are you a trustworthy person?" And she said no.
It is that uncertainty Governor Healey says she's trying to avoid, with the CDC capable of making sweeping changes over the next 2 days.
Bottom line, in Massachusetts, if you want a vaccine, you'll get a vaccine.
That CDC panel meeting Thursday and Friday. The agency says about a quarter of Americans got a COVID vaccine last season. At the State House, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.